Hello and welcome. It's a very special edition of our Neville Richards Premier League video. It's a very serious matter today. We've been summoned here by some officials. It's so serious, in fact, that President John Bowman has even worn his Portarlington Golf Club blazer. I'd like to say more, but I can't at this stage due to legal proceedings, so I'll just hand it to the President.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
Look, it is a very serious matter. The club has been advised that a group of members are considering taking legal action and against Premier League people. Not yourself, Mark, I will say that up front. It's mainly that other person that you're with, your sidekick, who's created a lot of angst amongst the membership.
Oh, look, I think it's fair to say Mark was just a pawn.
He was, but I do think he writes
An
the script.
unfortunate
I think he
pawn.
writes the script for Matt, but we'll leave that alone now. But really, look, it's so serious that the members have engaged the top QC, Sir Robertus Moorcroftus QC, and I'll hand over to you, Sir Roberto, to explain what's happening.
I've been over with Wayne Carey just sorting a few powder issues out. I flew in this morning, so I thought I'd just get my bag sorted out. I don't understand what the kerfuffle is there, but we'll just get myself sorted here.
Is the club paying Sir Robertus?
No, this is
no,
no.
This is the members' pay.
let's just
By the
start.
word, he gets paid.
I was actually embarrassed when Brian King came up and asked me to have a look at the videos, and it was distressing to see what our golf professional thought of our members. So on that basis, I thought I should take this on, because we've got some very highly intellectual people who'll sit in today and talk about Matt Milne to some length and the disgraceful effort over the last 14 videos. In preparation, I did look up golf professional, and it talks about kind, considerate coaching. Well, I don't think I've seen any of that in these 14 videos. I've seen abuse, personal assassinations, and I'm not sure whether these are friends of Matt's or not, but being the golf professional, I would have thought that the standard would have been a little bit higher. I then looked professional, and it says in here, exhibiting courteous, conscious behaviour. I haven't seen any of that either. So I thought it was best we got a few of the members in that have been slandered, and that's the only word I can use, for a bit of rebuttal on their thoughts on what's actually happened to them. So if we could just get Brian King to come in and sit down and have a little chat to us, I think that'd get the ball rolling.
Thanks, Rob, for taking the case on. I've been through a hell of a lot in the last period of time. You've noticed I didn't even dress up this morning because I'm bereft of clothes. And what Matt has done to me is just cut me to the quick.
I think it's horrific.
It is horrific. That's why I've maintained you.
Yep.
And I expect, Rob, that you'll take major action. And I hope he's got plenty of money, because that's what I'm after.
Well, you would hope so.
Well, I've put everything I've got, though, so that's why I'm dressed like this. I haven't got any decent clothes anymore. It's costing me so much to get Rob in.
If you're going to talk trash, you must have something to back you up.
Well, there's plenty of trash in that pro shop, I can tell you
Now,
what.
it's fair to say you're a highly intellectual man. You've been a principal and a school teacher. How does that affect you when you have someone of the mental capacity of Matt Milne?
Well, mental capacity is wrapping him up.
There's some there, but I'm not sure how much.
Well, you can see how enraged I am by this. If I'd had him at a school, he wouldn't have lasted beyond year 8.
No, he'd have been one of those kids in the corner, wouldn't he? He'd have been the
No, he wouldn't
smart
have been the corner,
ass.
he'd been in the corridor, he'd be out in the ground.
No.
Yeah, and it's, I've had enough of him, I can tell you. It's, and Rob, what are you going to do from here on? What's the procedure from here?
I think the only way out of it for Mr. Milne, or the pro as he calls himself, is that he owes these members an apology. And I think when you're a golf pro and you want to take shots at people's golf game, you probably need to put up or shut up.
Oh, shut up, that's something he doesn't know about.
Well, that's one of his problems, but I think he actually needs to get involved in the Premier League in some way, shape or form.
Absolutely. Look, can I just mention that before I came here today, I spoke to both of his parents. His mother...
Who are lovely people.
Lovely people. How they've bred something like that is amazing.
Something went wrong.
And I worry about the grandchildren because it's going down the line now.
Well, I think his wife might be okay, so I think the kids have got something.
I'd help them. Yeah.
What I will say is, though, he likes to, I'll say, take the piss out of people.
Oh,
And is that a legal term?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's like the vibe. If you've
Marbo.
yeah, exactly. He pretends to be a bit of a horse aficionado, a bit of an owner, knows what he's talking
He's a
about.
pathological gambler.
Yes. Oh, I didn't want to say that, but you're right. And we have a punters club, and he's had 2 bets in our punters club. For guess how much? Nothing.
Nothing.
Not a cent, right?
No return.
No, 0 return. And this is the expert.
Yeah.
And last week, I hear that he got a tip from one of the members, and I
Yes.
won't say who, and all of a sudden wins $600 for the punters club and
Is that
takes that on
right?
his own.
Is that right?
Yeah, look how good I did.
I have memories of
So-
the golf trip of
Yeah.
this year, and the things that he did to me on that track were just appalling. Things that I had to put in the rubbish bin when I left up there, things that he put in beds, other things that he did, and for the punters club. We had a punters club running while we were up there. I don't know what happened to the money. Did he go taking it with his father?
I don't think his ethics are that strong, to be honest, Brian.
No,
I think
I
they're a
don't
bit
know.
loose.
I was very pleased.
Anyway, thank you, Brian,
It's
for
my
coming
pleasure.
down. I appreciate it.
And thanks for the
Um,
opportunity. I'm going down to the second-hand shop now to see if I can get some clothes. It cost me so much to maintain,
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
you, and I really need to get that money back.
Well, you think he'd have something over there.
Well, I haven't got a
He's
coat
there,
today.
but he's nothing.
Haven't got a coat. Golf shoes, nothing. Socks with holes in them. What next? Thanks, Rob, for taking the case on. Thanks, mate. And John, for
Thank you.
Pleasure,
allowing me
Brian.
this opportunity to go public, because he really needs to be pulled right
Oh, we're
into
not finished
line.
with him yet.
Oh, thank God for that. All right, well, thanks very much, chaps.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Brian.
Okay.
Now, we've got Jenny.
I'll go and have a punt on the poker machines now, just to try and get
Well,
some
you
money
might get a
back.
win.
Yeah, okay.
Good luck.
Thanks very much. Thanks, chaps.
Now, we've got Jenny Edmondson sitting here, who's another pretty intelligent person, isn't it?
Just to be mindful too that by the fact of allowing people to speak here today, this has exonerated the
Well,
club from any legal
It was
action.
either that or everyone's pooling their money together and we go after him.
Yeah, well, the
And
club
I
is-
don't think he could fight it. I don't think he's smart enough to fight it.
I'll leave that up to you where it's your concern.
That's why I'm just like this as well. I'm not much
Yeah,
not
Jen-
much better off than Kingy. I've had to pay Roberta's here to you know look after the case for it.
The
So-
concern for Jenny is that it wasn't just her that got attacked. Her poor husband, Rick, has been absolutely hammered on several videos. Now, I've heard he's lost weight. His sex drive's gone out the window.
I haven't had that for about
Yeah,
14 weeks.
and he's even stopped drinking. So, I mean, it's a bad state of affairs.
It is. He's done his back. He's just he's just hunched over in the corner, can't get up.
And this is all due to Mr. Milne.
Yep. Yeah, and friends of mine, Joanine Francis, their marriage is on the line after the
Because it
comments
was,
last
well,
week.
see,
Yep. Yeah.
as Brian said, there's a lot of people after him, and if we can, the more we get, the better the case will be. Class action's always hard, but NQR and Associates, as we're known, we'll take it forward.
A lot of people have come to me, and so very, very grateful, Robertus, for taking that on. And I'm sure you'll support us ably in this case.
wonderful.
And like, I wouldn't take anything more than about 16 slabs in return, you know, for the payout. You know,
Well,
each person. I'm
It's
talking.
going to have to be that an apology. And he's probably going to have to swing a golf club at some time.
Exactly.
You know, you want to bag everyone else's golf game. You actually got to have a hit every now and then yourself. And
Absolutely.
I just haven't seen it. I mean, good young Tyson used to often have a hit, and I never heard him cast aspersions on anybody.
No, Matt
Max,
sits
young
in
Max,
the-
another one, never cast aspersions, but for some reason, Mr. Milne.
Matt just sits in the corner of his pro shop and here on these days and thinks he's very clever in the comments that he makes.
He does. John, is it true that you tried to interject early and were told that the Premier League's outside your jurisdiction?
Yes. I
How
tried
can that
to.
possibly be right?
He'd had a go at our Secretary Jan Cogger, and I did ask to back off, but they would, both you and Milne just told me back off. You might be the president, but you got no say whatsoever in Premier League.
I mean, you don't get a nicer lady than Jen Cocker, and I don't understand.
No, it was terrible what her golf's gone. She's actually left the country, I think. She's flown out. She's been that stressed with it all.
Mr. Milne's a very big man. He can be very scary when he wants to live. On that note, I think the two people we've got here are representative of most of the people in the club, and I think we've got enough to go forward with. I think it's now in your court, Mr. Milne, to come good with an apology, a swing of the golf clubs, and 16 slabs, as Jenny said.
For each member of the
For
Premier
each
League.
insulted member, that's 14 rounds, that's a lot of people.
Yeah. But only fair, I would have thought, Robertus.
Mark, is that a fair outcome?
Well, are you acting pro bono, or
Yes, I'm absolutely free to the club.
is that? I've got to stand up for colleague a little bit here in some respects. I mean,
I
if
think
you're
you'll
acting
find-
pro bono, why does Kingy look the way he does?
Oh, I didn't have the money to give to him. We're a very small company. And I thought he dressed quite well. He's usually in his golf gear. We are on the Ballerine Peninsula and things are very casual.
Has this gone the way it needs to from a legal perspective, from your point of view?
I think so, because the club is exonerated, and that's my main concern.
Yeah, well, it's
What happens now, I think, well, what I've heard today, every right to take Milne on.
Yeah, it's definitely
Look
not
at Paul Bryan and look at Jenny.
It's not a slight on the club
terrible.
at all, or the management of the club. I think it's purely on one person.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
Well, on behalf of the Premier League, I'm going to tell you all to get stuffed, and we're going to do it all again next year, bigger and worse. See ya.
Hey, Matt, in all honesty, the members have loved it. We've loved the videos. You are entertaining. And we thank you for the Premier League. It's been one of the best things the club's run since I've been here.
Here.
And
Yep.
I hope we do it again next year. Cheers, mate.
Well
Cheers,
done.
Matty.
Thank you, Robertus.